Hey yo, what's up, guys? You know it's your boy, Salty Sweet, the only living candy man. Yeah, so this is my YouTube channel. We're having our first video, which is with Amos, and we're here at Benina Park. We're about to interview him. So don't move, don't change, just stay tuned. Hit the like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That would be much appreciated. Okay, so you're wondering what I'm wearing, eh? It's winter, it's getting cold, so make sure you go to Speedy the Designer. He can hook you up with the flyest, flyest kit ever. So make sure you check him out. The link will be in the description down below. Peace. Okay, so as promised, we out here with Amos. We're about to start off with our interview. But before we start off, this guy has got talent. I'm going to put him on the spot and make him give us a verse or two from one of his songs.
I should have loved you better. I should have loved you better. I should have. For the way I treated you. Ingasolaname, yeah. For the way I treated you. Ingasolaname, yeah.
Issue. Hi, ladies. You must watch him.
I know the guys too.
Okay, the guys too also, right? So we're about to kick off our interview. For those of you who don't know, probably, but me and him, we went to the same primary school, went to PCS, Petersburg Comprehensive School. So he's like a brother to me, and today I'm here interviewing him about his talents. So, Bra Amo,
Yeah.
what first got you into music?
I won't lie. Firstly, I'm not from a musical background. I don't have any parents or grannies, uncles that do music. So it was never in my plans. I had other plans. I wanted to be a soccer player, presenter. So I played soccer for a long time until the injuries just, it just couldn't happen. And so I just didn't want to sit and say I'm going to focus on academics. I wanted to find something else that was going to keep me busy. And music, it just so happened that I had a friend called Mora David Marawa. Some know him as Dave J, who was into music. We formed a duo, just the two of us, called Both of Us. And I think we released like one song from the group. We were supposed to do an album, but it just didn't happen until we decided to do our solos. So yeah, that's how I would say
you first got involved
into music. Yeah.
So you mentioned the thing of you didn't want to focus too much on academics.
Yeah.
So if you were right now to say, okay, I'm going back to academics, which path would you take?
Sports management, honestly, for some reason. Because like I said, soccer, the plan was soccer was always the music stuff. I was never into.
You were always into soccer.
So I wanted to do sports management because I thought I was going to become a soccer player, and if I retire, I would use that as sports management qualification to still get involved in sports, but behind the scenes. So sports management was like the number one option.
So before getting into the duo, I know somehow you have to be inspired by someone to say, no, I have to do this with someone, and then it grew.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, who inspired you?
For some reason, it was the guy I'm telling you about, David Marav. Yeah, he was like, it just seemed cool to be like a singer, and people just treat you a certain way. Not only girls, but just people in general. Like, it's like the talent is so appreciated. Like everyone gives you attention, they treat you well, and so I was just looking at it. I was like, maybe I think I have a voice. And he's like, come through to my studio, let's test it out, because his parents were musicians as well. So like the setup was already there. He had all the equipment you can ever think of, sound and all that. So yeah, that's when we started out. And he's like, man, actually, I didn't know that you sing. And then I'm like, I also didn't know that I sing. So from there on, it just like kept on rolling. He inspired me a lot, because just looking at him and getting in studio and seeing how a song is made and a beat from scratch, when you record the vocals, when it comes out, it sounds different. It was just like that bug just hit me. It was just like, no, I have to do this. I have to do this.
And like, I don't know. So for some reason, I want to ask this, because now the piano, Amapiano, let me say it with respect, Amapiano sound is taking over South Africa. What did you think that the genre of music that you'd be taking would be different, or are you still going to check out other genres from hip hop to Amapiano sounds and so forth?
Okay, so one thing I learned from my time in the duo before I became a solo was that actually, as a musician, you shouldn't limit yourself, and every sound that, like, people actually, genres, what I've realized is that the people who worry more about genres are the artists themselves and the producers, but the crowd, the audience, and the people, they literally don't like mind. They just want anything that's good. So, for example, you can have a Nati today saying Nomvula, and everyone, even the people listening to our piano, love him, and he goes 4 times platinum. Tomorrow you have a Black Diamond who like mix Zulu with Afrobeat, a genre that was never, but people like it. So I feel like music is music as long as you do it the right way and just make sure it goes out to the audience. So I won't lie. I wouldn't say Amapiano is taking over. Actually, I think they have taken over already. And honestly speaking, I think music is music, and what I love about it is that it sounds South African, it sounds authentic. That's why it's taken over, because even the youngest kids can just feel as Africans, we are people of groove and rhythm, whether we like it or not. Like, we're about dance, groove, and rhythm. From a young age, I'm sure you can attest to that. Our music always has that thing about it. So that's why it's easy to capture everyone, because from the oldest to the youngest, literally in the family, your granny and your sibling can listen to Amapiano because it has that in it. And at some point, I was scared that it might not last because of the lyrics. At the beginning, Amapiano was like very hardcore with the lyrics and very vulgar. So I thought, and it couldn't be played on radio because of language. So with that, I thought, this would last like go. But, and then they came with the soulful elements. They started like bringing the soulful elements, singing on Amapiano, and it's just commercialized. And I think it's gonna last. I don't think it'll ever stop. And I myself don't mind like doing an Amapiano song as well. Honestly speaking.
You heard that producers, he doesn't mind, so give him a call, he'll hop on that beat and give you something you don't think of or wouldn't imagine seeing it or hearing it from him. So speaking of genres and music, which one would you say you mostly represent in your music right now?
Yeah, I'm very soulful. I think I'm a full-on R&B soul with a bit of Afro soul, but anything soulful, like that's why I fall in. But yeah, I don't want to box myself, but I think right now even the album that I released recently last year in November, yeah, it's very soulful. So I'd say I fall in that bracket of R&B soul, a bit of Afro, but yeah, man, like you never know. Like we'll just see.
Okay, so I know people have seen you. I know I've seen you. You've been opening for big artists. So, which of the artists have you opened for the viewers that haven't seen this? Which of the artists have you opened for, and which one would be like your your top artist that you've opened for in your career of music?
At the moment, it has to be Kelly Kumar. I opened for Kelly Kumalo not long ago, actually, a few weeks back at Kofi Polugwani. There was a Champagne Sunday event. I opened for Kelly Kumalo. For me, that was just, I didn't even see it. I don't know, honestly, I don't know how it happened, because I wouldn't say, I'm not even national yet. Even within the local space, I feel like I haven't cracked it yet. I'm still trying to figure it out. But so when that came up, I was like, yo,
it's big.
And then locally, there's a guy called Amosthesinger.
Oh,
who's actually also doing some big moves. He has his own event, Legacy Nights going on. So I've been there a couple of times, and it's very musical. It's not like opening for someone. What I like about it is that I haven't opened for someone that's from a genre that's far away from mine. So that makes it easier. Imagine if I were to, for example, just make an example, open for Kabza De Small. And he rocks, and people are, it's not easy to go after someone
who's big.
No, besides being big, and you look at the crowd and everyone is going
moving
mad.
From one genre to another.
Everyone is dancing, and then from that dancing, I have to come in and bring them back. It's not easy, so it takes a lot of skill to do that. But I think for right now, Kelly Kumalo is so far the biggest artist. And what I've realized is that actually a lot of artists who've made it in the industry have at some point opened for either Kelly Kumalo or Zonke. So I hope I'm gonna find.
Stars are aligned. Okay, so you mentioned Matlasi Vocal, which is one of the biggest artists I know from Polokwane right now, because he's doing big but very underrated, because he's a very composed guy. And you being there for Legacy Nights really shows that he also takes artists that are under his wing, and put them on the spot. So if there was a talent for you and it was the most useless, which one would it be?
If there was a talent for me,
like a talent you have right now, which is useless, you're not even thinking of using it in any way.
I think it's cooking, bro. No, for real. I actually know how to cook very well.
You know your way around the kitchen.
Yeah, but I feel like it's just one of those things I've never told myself that I really look at this. But I actually cook good food, and even with the baking.
So I'm sure the ladies are thinking, is he single? Is he taken? What's going on? Give them a little insight. Because you can cook, you can sing, you are well dressed, you are very presentable, so which means high top notch. So
now I'm available, ladies. You can hit me up. You
heard it yourself.
There's nothing going on.
Make sure you go to the description. His Instagram handle will be there. DM him. Don't be afraid. DM. Fucker DM. Yes, crowd him. Let him not have space for any other thing but you ladies. Okay, so there are people collaborating and making moves, making albums together. Who would you like to have a collab with, or make a duo album with?
Okay, for now I'll just stick to the collab. I feel like if I can just get I have two actually. From my hometown, I wish I can work with this guy, and he's coming up. Musa Keys. Yeah, this guy, which actually was also part of my journey, starting out. We did a couple of stuff, but back then obviously he was more church and soul, focused before the Amapiano
right.
But yeah, I feel like Musa is not only musically, but because he's actually that guy's actually smart, and he moves strategically. He just doesn't move because
People are moving.
Yeah, because I want to put out music. And you can see by what he's doing that he actually has a good team behind him. And also he's just like a smart thinker. So I wish like I could work with Musa Keys on a national level. If I can just get this guy G something from Mikasa. Bro.
I smell nice things.
The guy something else.
Okay, so also guys, a known fact, okay, I don't know, people really don't know this, but Musa Keys is from Polokwane.
Ivy Park.
You know. And this guy, we also went with him to primary school.
PCS, yeah.
So, Musa, if you're watching,
hit me up, bro.
Yes. He's your brother. Make sure you come back, reconnect, and make things happen. Do you sing in the shower?
A lot, bro. Would you believe? Okay. Would you believe if I told you that the album, 80% of the album was like made in the shower, in the car, like maybe in the car, like I honestly don't write songs. I've never I've never ever written a song. Honestly speaking, if I have my phone in my hand, I put it on the voice recorder and then save it for later. When I get to the studio, I play it. When I get to the studio, that's when I just come up with I don't write, honestly. Like, I struggle with it. Like, I can't sit down
and write down lyrics.
Yeah, most of my stuff just happens.
Some creativity, guys. Creativity. Maybe you also watching, you might be an artist, a big one, just from singing in the shower. So guys, we've had fun. We've heard his story, but we are not done. This is still our first interview.
Yeah.
We're going to have another one. I know big things are coming, but we're going to come back again. So, what do you have to say for the viewers there?
To the viewers, I just want to say, first of all, make sure you follow me. That's the number one. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms at Amos the Singer, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Amos the Singer. No underscores, no hashes, just at Amos the Singer. From me and the people that I work with, people around me, just expect good music, a lot of live shows. That's like the focus, like for this year in 2021. Because I just realized that, as much as I can focus on being in the studio and making music, and by not performing it, I'm not doing any justice to it. So expect a lot of performances, live performances. The train is moving, it's not gonna stop. And then no controversies. I'm just gonna deliver music, quality music, live shows, dope content. That's all that I'm gonna offer. Please support local music. Please support local content, not just music, but anything that has to do with local, whether it's fashion, whether it's photography, whether it's it could be anything, modeling. Just support local content and uplifters. I don't have anything much to say.
Okay, guys, so you heard it yourself from Amos. He's about to give you guys big things, big things. And as he said, let's support local brands, local music, local content. Guys, this channel is for you. So if you out there want to be interviewed or want to showcase your brand or your business, hit me up. My link will be in the description. And then we can make big things. We can grow together. Together, we're better than one. Pambili.
Sure.